All right, guys, fully coming to you with another video. Hope all is well with you. Um, you know, the sad thing is that, and there's nothing like, I mean, just be honest. There's nothing that really, men can do. Actually, men are in a losing situation as it stands. Like men are in a lose-lose situation in terms of like if you're in the West, or if you're in a West um, adjacent country like UK, Italy, France, Canada, and the like thereof. So the thing is there's of course the thing about men don't want to have no kids, men don't want to approach women, this, that, and the fourth. They don't want to do those things anymore. They're tired of they're tired, you know, and the of course the system is pretty much not favoring them. So now you're having these things. Now you're having these discussions about population, decline. People are having enough babies. It's happening in it's happening in, I want to say, Korea has that issue, Japan has that issue, Italy has that issue. America won't tell you they have that issue, but they do have that issue because I think Donald Trump has said that um, they are going to, start giving incentives for people who have kids, meaning that they're going to start giving monetary incentives for kids, for couples who have kids. Now, the problem is this. Okay, the problem is this. Here lies the problem. You either protect your energy by not engaging with these women because they will sap your energy, they will drain your energy, or the other problem is in not engaging with them, there's always going to be that desire that you have to find a way to address. And of course, you know, the main way that God put in us to address this is with companionship with a woman. But if you decide that you want to have companionship with a woman, the problem is what comes with that companionship, which is basically counter the opposite of peace, basically the opposite of contentment, the opposite of healthy, even most of the time with these women. So that therein lies the problem. You're at kind of like a crossroads where you say, okay, I'm protecting my peace. I'm, you know, being to myself. I'm not acknowledging these women. I'm not paying attention to these women, and it's paying off. But there's still that need that I need to. There's still that desire that I need to fulfill that I cannot get rid of since it's natural, since God put it in me. But then there's the other issue of if you decide to, again, mess with these women and all the crap that comes with it. I say this to say because I say this to bring something, that I was thinking about in the that's happening in the news. Cardi B is pregnant with Stefon Diggs' um, kid, and she's on her fourth kid. But mind you, the divorce isn't final with Offset, but yet she still decided to mess around and be a harlot. The thing is harlotry is at an all-time high, and harlotry, the harlotry of these women is only targeted towards a few men. The thing is this: you have women who are actually supporting her actions. You have women who are actually encouraging her actions. You have women who are saying that basically what she did was a way to get over um, Stefan or Offset. I think Stefan Diggs, of course, love bombed her and said, "Come, let me heal you." But what he meant by that is, "Come, let me get in them guts." And the thing is about Cardi B is, in my opinion, she never really was that pretty to me, especially with her past. She was a scripper, and I think she got her notoriety on Love and Hip Hop. But then she became a entertainer, basically. All of the stereotypes that she, all of the stereotypes which black women get, although her herself is kind of racially ambiguous. I think she has a mixed background of Trinidad and Dominican, if I'm not mistaken. But she reinforces the stereotypes of these women. And the thing is, I'm actually surprised. There's more Keishas that support her actions than anybody else, than any other demographic of women when you look at the comment section. The one thing I can say is that, for the most part, when you're dealing with when you're dealing with like women from different parts of the world, different cultures, different worldview, they haven't been tainted as much. Unfortunately, it is spreading though, but it's still there's still preventive measures that are in place in certain cultures which keep it from getting out of control. Now, with Cardi B, this is just going to be a glimpse into the future, and I hate to say it, but you will have more women, unfortunately, and this is the problem. You will have more women who may have men that they are with, may be married with those men. However, they will walk out on them, and then they will say they will mess around with another man, and then say that this kid is now yours to mess with or take care of. Excuse me. I hate to say it's going to happen more because now that you see us, now that Keisha sees that a celebrity is doing it, she's automatically going to social engineer it, and then maybe an unsuspecting guy will unfortunately fall for the gas. And unfortunately, because more Muslim women in the West look at Cardi B as a role model versus Khadijah, Aisha, Salama, Safia, Zainab, Ruqayya, Maria, Safia, um, Asiya, Maryam, uh, the mother of Isa, upon him be peace, and countless other women who were at the time of the Prophet, alayhi salatu salam, since those women are not really inspirational to them, and women like Nicki Minaj and women like Cardi B are more inspirational to them, then they're going to think that it's actually okay to do it to Muslim men as well. And then the worst part about it is that if we really look at the Sharia, of course, the Sharia is not going to be practiced in the West, okay? It's not going to be practiced in the West. We know that. But if we look at the punishment for the Sharia, in the Sharia, for a woman or a man for walking out on the marriage and having some premarital, some not premarital affairs, but some in marital affairs with someone else that is not their partner, we see that the punishment is very severe if you have witnesses to confirm that this actually happened. So the fact that these women cheered on, the fact that these women are saying things like that Cardi B needed to have another kid to heal, it's just showing you what type of time the women are on over there. Okay. I guess what they believe is that that since Cardi B did it, they can do it now and still have success. But even Stefon Diggs, what he's doing is affecting his game. He hasn't even scored a touchdown yet in his NFL career. Um, he is, by all admissions, a Pookie because he himself is having kids with various women, women that are not his wives. This just goes to show you what type of time he's on. And I don't know if he has any, like, is there a publicist that is encouraging these actions or something like that? I don't know what it is, but, whatever it is, um, it's probably not going to end up good for him, you know. And the thing is, of course, like, for example, with Offset and things like that, she knew what she was getting into before, but she just disregarded it. She knew that she was going to marry a guy who is a habitual cheater, but she did it anyway. And it's the same thing with Stefon Diggs. But yet, this is the role model that females decide to look to. Most notably, Keisha. I'm going to end this video on one note. My teacher, may Allah preserve him, said that each year it's going to get worse. So be patient. And so that's what I'm trying to do at this time. I have a book that I'm reading right now, even, about the customs in my new homeland. I'm reading it, taking it in accordingly. And these customs, by the grace and mercy of Allah, will still stick for a while. Because these customs protect, and there's wisdom behind them. But anyhow, I'm off until the next one. Fuller signing out. Inshallah.